So Rebecca has had a hunch about herself medically for a while now, and now she's going to pursue it.
Yep. I have a suspicion, and that suspicion is that my brain don't work so good. Or at least...
It's just different. It works differently.
It works differently. Not like everybody else's, maybe. So I've talked before about how I was diagnosed with OCD when I was 19 years old. So I have a therapist who's like the most amazing girl ever. She works with me with my OCD, and she's amazing. But recently, I brought up something new at an appointment, and that is that I am pretty suspicious, and I've thought this for a while, that I might be on the spectrum.
Don't they say that everybody is somewhere on the spectrum, though?
I think the fact that it's a spectrum makes it so, you can be very like on the scale at some point from like both ends.
And the spectrum we're talking about here is
autism. Because I was like, I already won the genetic lottery with OCD. What's like a little autism as a treat? So I've always kind of thought this about myself, and I'll tell you guys why. And you guys can tell me if this is just something that's actually what neurotypical people go through, because I've never really talked about it before. But I have always felt like when everyone was born, they were given a manual, and that manual taught you how to act in social situations, how to be a human being, how to talk to people, how to just kind of navigate your life in a way that makes sense to other people.
Picking up on social cues.
Exactly.
Understanding communication between two people. Okay.
Yes. And I feel like that manual somehow just got lost in the mail for me. And I have had to learn how to be social by super trial and error. And I think I've gotten pretty good at it, hopefully. But it's always been something difficult for me.
Do you find yourself in some situations looking back and being like, oh, when you see somebody else model how to do it, you're like, oh, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do. And you don't get what you're supposed to do until you watch somebody else do it. And then you learn and you kind of pick up their tips and how they do it.
Oh, absolutely. I watch people. I'm like, okay, that is, exactly. Like, that's how you're supposed to do it. Why is that so hard for me? It's kind of interesting because people, I think, probably think I have social anxiety, but I don't. I like to talk to people. I have social frustration. It's just so frustrating that for some reason it seems so natural for other people, but I have trouble with little things like looking someone in the eye, knowing when to speak, knowing when that person is finished talking, things like that. So I brought this up with my therapist, and I said, I'd really like to get assessed for autism. And she said, I can do that. And I said, sick, Dr. Natalie, let's get it. Love you, girl. So this Thursday, I am going to get assessed for autism by my doctor. And I'm really excited. But I have a fun way that I want to reveal my status. And you guys kind of have to go with me for this one. So this isn't something that I kind of want to celebrate. If I learned that I was autistic, I wouldn't be disappointed. I wouldn't be sad. I would feel very validated. It would be something new to learn about myself and how to navigate my world.
God, that makes total sense.
So I want to reveal whether or not I have autism with a gender reveal cake.
I knew it! So, all right, when you cut into the cake, if you are indeed on the spectrum,
yes,
whether it's a buttload of autism or a sprinkling of autism.
Do you think that's the way the doctor is going to tell her?
Absolutely not.
Those are medical measurements officially.
What's the color going to be inside the cake?
Yeah, what's the color of autism?
Whoa, bro. That is deep.
Really good question. I was thinking purple just because I like purple.
Okay.
Perfect. All right.
But I'm like, should there be a gradient now?
If you show autism for Autism Awareness Day, which is April 2nd, it's blue. Blue is the color that a lot of people wear to light it up blue to promote autism awareness.
I love that.
I'm curious about the test itself. So is it just a question and answer type thing, or is there technology involved?
From what she's told me, it's basically like a questionnaire. And I've already taken questionnaires online, and they basically were like, talk to your doctor now. I was like, okay, I'll do it. But yeah, it's just a questionnaire. And she has allowed me She's going to email me the results instead of telling me in the appointment. I think only because I'm her favorite test subject. And I'm going to forward that to my friend who has agreed to bake my autism cake.
So how much of you what percentage of you is actually hoping that the diagnosis comes back as autistic?
I guess like 70%.
Really?
Yeah. I'm looking for an answer, and that answer would be very validating for me. I mean, if I come back neurotypical, great. Let's have some cake. It's just the OCD, I guess.
Well, good luck finding out that you're autistic.
Thank you.
Good luck.
And we get cake.
And get cake. It's the Bert Show.
The Bert Show.
Feels very strange going into a segment hoping that Rebecca finds out that she is autistic.
Well, those are Rebecca words.
Uh-huh.
Not your words.
Not my words. She said that she was hoping that when she went to the doctor, the results would come back that she is indeed autistic.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just looking for answers. It's kind of something that I've thought for a pretty long time. I've always kind of been wondering if I could be on the spectrum, if I am autistic. It would make sense for a lot of things in my life, for my social cues, for my attention span, my sensory issues. So I went to my psychologist and I asked her to whip up the questionnaire. She said, okay. And now I'm going to get some answers.
So before you went to your doctor to get the official questionnaire, did you go online and take any of them there?
Oh my God, so many quizzes. Yes, there are so many. If you just Google, am I autistic? It'll just autofill. And I took everything, like everything under the sun. And it almost always was like, okay, you kind of fit what would be. It's just, it was always confusing because sometimes it would say no, sometimes it would say yes, but it would always say, go talk to your doctor.
Okay.
Which is, I'm glad the internet.
Yeah, right.
Like you just didn't take a BuzzFeed quiz and
Yes.
find out that not only am I the Cinderella Disney princess, but I'm also autistic.
Yes.
So I know you sort of like gave us some of the symptoms, but can you give us like real life examples of missing a social cue or where your attention span has hurt you so much in some area that you're hoping to get some kind of relief?
When I have conversations with people and I'm not extremely comfortable with them, I kind of find myself almost looking outside of myself, watching myself, listening to the conversation, thinking about, okay, am I making the right facial gesture right now? Okay, she's just said something. Now you have to say something. What are you going to say? Just like, it feels like it's not natural to me. It's not like robotic, but it just feels like I'm kind of 10 steps behind trying to make sure that a conversation flows in a way that is natural.
I think I witnessed this once.
Yeah.
And tell me to shut up if you don't want me to share.
Oh, no, please.
Okay. So we all went to go see the Barbie movie together. And then afterwards, we go to like this food market to get some food and also to get a beverage because they had a bar. And we were standing at the bar waiting on the bartender to come over. There's only one dude back there. And he wasn't like slammed, but he was, he was busy. And then he comes over to us and your interaction with the bartender ordering your drink was unique. Yeah. Because you ordered, she goes, can I have a Coke and a splash of rum instead of like a rum and Coke? Oh, I was
Wait,
there.
what?
She goes, can I have Coke with a splash of rum? And he kind of looked at her like, a rum and Coke? And she goes, but a splash of rum. And he's like, so do you want, but I could see her getting frustrated trying to like articulate what she wanted, but he wasn't picking up on it. And it was just, I don't know why that sticks out in my head. It was just because one, I've never heard anybody order a Coke with a splash of rum before.
It just sounds like you don't want a full shot of rum.
But you did.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because he goes, so you don't want a full, and she's like, no, I do. I just want to splash. It was so awkward.
Okay. Now, when something like that happens and the interaction happens and now you know he's confused and you have expressed something that was confusing to him, in your mind, you start panicking a little bit?
I don't panic anymore. I used to panic, but I just feel frustrated because I don't understand why what I'm saying is not really coming across. I'm like, do they not understand? Are they being obtuse? Am I being weird? And it happens so often, honestly, that someone will be like, what was that? And I'm like, I don't know.
It must be so confusing for you. Like, am I the one that's not communicating properly, or are they not listening properly? And that's
Exactly.
happening all the time for you.
It literally ended like, okay, a rum and coke. And he made her a rum and coke. And like your face said it all because you were like, what are you not understanding about what I'm saying?
So the way that Rebecca is going to find out if she has autism and tell you guys also is the most Rebecca thing I've ever seen. You want to explain exactly what's happening here?
Yes, so I wanted to reveal whatever my status is as a celebration because this is something that I want to celebrate. So I brought in my autism reveal cake.
Kristen, you want to give a description on exactly what that cake looks like with a splash of sugar?
Yes. So Rebecca's autism cake is a small 2-tiered round pink cake that has been smothered in star sprinkles. On the top, it looks like there was like a light lime green that was around the edge of the top and the bottom that has melted. There is a bunch of little pearls also outlining the cake. And then in a very shimmery, see-through icing, she spelled autism with, I believe, a heart over the eye.
Yes.
Aww. So that is the autism cake.
And I'm curious about the card next to the autism cake.
So my friend Rachel, thank you, she baked me this cake and she crumb coated it so that I could decorate it, which I did the beautiful decorating.
Yeah, make sure everybody knows she did not decorate that.
She did not decorate it. She's a great baker. I am not.
Yeah, based on the decoration, we can all tell you have autism.
Honestly, I might not need to even cut in.
I was thinking,
Don't even cut it.
But she did. She gave me this card because I had my psychologist forward my results to her.
So you have no idea.
I have no idea. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
And I'm really nervous, actually. This is pretty nerve-wracking.
All right, so you're going
Right.
to cut into it. What's it going to, if you do have autism, when you cut into the cake, what will you see?
I have a color code.
Okay.
So if the cake is blue, it says autism, positive sign. If it's a normal cake color, and I believe this is just a yellow cake, I will be neurotypical. But then there's a third option.
Oh, geez.
And it has a little box and a question mark pointing to a box and a question mark. And I don't know what that means.
hell?
And I'm kind of scared.
Wow, that's mean to do to somebody that thinks they have autism.
So,
All right, let's cut the cake.
all right.
I still don't know what to celebrate. Okay, so we're looking for the blue.
What do you
Give me
want
a
to
color.
You said 70% of you wanted this to be positive for autism.
I think I will feel relief if it is blue and I have autism.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, come on,
we go.
Blue.
Here we go.
Strangest thing we've done in 23 years.
It really honestly is.
Blue. She's cutting into it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's kind of hard.
Give us a nice look see when you bring it out.
It is red velvet.
It's red.
It's red.
It's a girl. Okay, so I think
Okay.
I think that is the question mark. So you're going to have to open the card and figure this out because it's not blue, which
It's the most confusing
Yes.
reveal of all time.
Oh my God. If she
So wait,
just
are
bought me a red
we
velvet cake.
sad?
I don't know. Give me an emotion.
Okay, the card says brace yourself.
Has your friend been tested for autism?
Maybe she should be.
Wait a second. This card has a cat on it with a fruit bowl in front of it, and
Yes.
it says "brace yourself."
It says brace yourself.
What are we?
Okay.
What are we
It's so
bracing
red.
ourselves for?
I'm
Fruit
like kind of
salad?
shaking now. This is like actually kind of scary. Okay, it says, "Dear Rebecca, after our previous session where we completed several assessments together, your results show that you do not meet the diagnostic criteria for autism spectrum disorder.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
You do, however, meet the diagnostic criteria to fit a diagnosis for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder."
Okay.
oh.
Okay. And then there's a lot of like clinical. Okay. ADHD is often undiagnosed or misdiagnosed, especially for girls and women. I am happy to discuss what this diagnosis means for you so we can begin discussing treatment goals.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so how does that make you feel?
I'm like kind of like it's like kind of shocking because I was expecting something like so different. But we did do a lot of assessments. So it's interesting because I guess I was convinced that I was going to be autistic.
Well, I think once you chew on it, I think you just wanted some direction on why you were struggling. So while it might not be autism, at least you have a diagnosis now that you could start working on. So the future looks will give you more peace.
I think this is definitely an answer. And I do appreciate that. Though it's not what I expected.
You seem disappointed.
I don't know. I guess I kind of do feel disappointed.
I feel like it's a strange Christmas where you were sure you were going to get one present and you open it up and you didn't get it, but you still got a pretty good present, but it wasn't what you were expecting.
Yeah.
You can ask Santa for autism next year.
Oh my God.
Well, congratulations on getting some answers.
Yes, this is an answer, so I do appreciate it.
Congratulations on being neurodivergent and not neurotypical. So we got that at least.
I'm based on that.
Yay. But we're all sorry you're not autistic.
But can we eat the cake now?
Yes, of course.
I'd like some autism cake.
The most bizarre segment we've done in a very long time.
They don't know what happened.
And I appreciate you bringing it to us.
The Bert Show.
So, first, thanks for watching. Second, you like what you just watched? That just scratches the surface. Get The Bert Show on any podcast platform. We're so good.